and gentlemen, good evening. Yesterday on this show, we had poked some holes at the Maharashtra police version of the shootout that killed Akshay Shinde, the man who's accused of raping 2 toddlers in the school where he worked as a sweeper. Today, the Mumbai High Court has done exactly the same thing, asked the same questions. The Mumbai police has been asked the following questions by the Mumbai High Court. The High Court is saying the killing cannot be termed as an encounter. The court is asking some tough questions about the circumstances leading to Akshay Shinde's death. Let's take you through those questions. The questions that the High Court asked were basic and logical. First, how did a 24-year-old man who barely has any training in firing arms manage to fire a pistol and fire at least 3 shots? Now, the judge said he had used pistols at least 100 times, and given the fact that these pistols need to be unlocked before use, means that someone who's not trained in arms, someone who's unexperienced, cannot use it as easily as Akshay did. Then the court asked, how did 4 policemen fail to overpower Akshay despite him not being hefty? Lambasting the cops and the government, the Bombay High Court also asked, why did the cops shoot him in the head instead of aiming for his legs as per protocol? Now, while the court may have blasted the government and the Maharashtra police for their actions, it's not like the Maharashtra government or the Maharashtra police is apologetic about what has happened. Banners and billboards boasting the government's actions have been put up in several areas in the financial capital. Let's show you one. The one that you're seeing on your screens, this is where a gun-wielding Devendra Fadnavis can be seen. By the way, he's the Home Minister of the state. What is the phrase that you see on your screens? Badlapur. Badla Pura, actually, which means revenge complete. The hoardings obviously do not carry any organization's name, but we know that this is political messaging. Now, the Maha Sarkar is trying to put a message across that it is here to protect people, especially in an election year. Let's show you another poster. So this is Devendra Fadnavis of the BJP. Now you have Eknath Shinde, the sitting chief minister. He is the one who is leading the Maharashtra government right now. The Maharashtra government has issued an ad in the newspapers hailing him as Dharamveer. Just look at the picture and you will get the messaging. There is nothing hidden here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very obvious that the very troubling ethical questions of a fake encounter have been put on the back burner for the sake of getting an edge in this election season. More political reactions have been coming in this evening as well. Let's quickly listen into them before I introduce my guest to you this evening.
बदला पूरा हो गया तो सरकार इस बात को मान रही है कि कोर्ट से सजा नहीं दिलाएंगे, ऑनरेबल जज साहब सजा नहीं देंगे, हम बदला लेंगे। देखिए, ये जो बदला लेते हैं ना, ये जो लोग बदला लेने वाले होते हैं, ये गैंगस्टर माफिया होते हैं। संविधान में इंसाफ होता है, जस्टिस होता है, और कोर्ट के जरिए से उस खाती को जब सजा दी जाती है तो बदला नहीं होता, वो जस्टिस होता है। तो बदले और जस्टिस में फर्क है।
आज एक जाहिरात आलेली आहे, धर्मवीर न्याय दिला। एकनाथराव शिंदे साहेब या जाहिरातीसाठी, याचा प्रचार करण्यासाठी आणि मुख्य आरोपींना वाचवण्यात पण येईल, दोन्ही हेतू साध्य होतील, याच्यासाठी एन्काउंटर केला का?
My guest this evening, Krishna Hegde, spokesperson of the Shiv Sena, joining us on the broadcast. He's back on the show this evening. Sajid Supariwala is leader of the Shiv Sena. Which Shiv Sena? Not the one that is currently being led by Eknath Shinde, but by the UBT faction. This really continues to be confusing, despite us getting used to it for the last 6 months. Yashovardhan Azad is a former IPS officer joining us on the broadcast, and Sanjay Hegde is a senior advocate with us this evening as well. You know, again, like yesterday, Mr. Krishna Hegde, I'm going to start with you. And please, when we ask these questions, I don't want you to tell us that we are defending a rapist. We are not defending a rapist. We are not here to defend Akshay Shinde. Even I feel he should be hanged. Any man who rapes two toddlers aged 3 and 4 deserves to be hanged, but after a trial, sir, not in an encounter. But Mr. Hegde, forget what I think. Please tell me about what you think about what the court thinks. Because the court is very clear. Like yesterday, we were poking holes in the Maharashtra police's encounter theory. Today, the court has said the same. They are saying it's very hard to believe what the Maharashtra police is saying.
Yeah, first let me tell you that this is the first hearing in the court. And the court has asked a few questions to Mumbai police, and the Mumbai police is capable of answering them. I was also seeing and hearing a, YouTube by a top, encounter specialist earlier, which he said that there is no term called encounter specialist. And he also said that what happened in self-defense. But I'm not quoting him here. Let me tell you, the SIT, which is formed by the government and the 8-member committee, will give the report to the court. And I'm sure the court will be, satisfied with the reply. Secondly, you are showing a clip by Asauddin Owaisi. Isn't he the same person who, like anti-national, said, you remove the police out for 10 minutes and then we'll see what you do. And now Asauddin Owaisi is trying to talk about the police again. I don't think he is the person to talk about the police. He's the last person to talk about police. Thirdly, you spoke about Devendra Fadnavis' banner saying Badla Pura. I must tell you, this is a Badla of the woman, of the girl child of Maharashtra, of the citizens of Maharashtra and India, that a rapist has got a natural justice. If not through the law, then he's got a natural justice. Let me also tell you, you are speaking about Dharamveer.
So this is the good. This is what I like about you, Mr. Hegde.
What is wrong with the word Dharamveer?
This is what I like about you, Mr. Hegde.
Dharamveer, and
no, this is what I like about you, Mr. Hegde. You're standing your ground.
No, always stand.
You're standing your ground.
That's what I like about,
you're saying Badla Pura ho gaya.
You also.
No. Yesterday you told me natural justice. Today also you are saying you're standing your ground and saying Badla Pura. तो मतलब आपको भेजा गया यहाँ है ये defend करने के लिए कि महाराष्ट्र police का actually action was in self defense. But Mr. Hegde, again you're smiling and you're saying Badla Pura and you're essentially saying this is natural justice, meaning हाँ हमने किया है कर लो जो करोगे. Isn't that what you're saying, Mr. Hegde?
No, I am not saying that. I just said that it is natural justice that a sex pervert, a person who not only the family of the children complained, the children also complained, his own wife complained, and he's a history cheater. He was in the POXO case, he was in a rape case, and his credentials are unmatched as far as, criminal activities are concerned. And such a person, if he deserves to die, then he deserves to die because he did the wrong thing. He tried to attack the police. Tomorrow you will say that let him attack the police, let the police die. What will you say? That Akshay Shinde had a revolver and the police were having guns and they were showpieces and the police did not attack him back. The opposition will charge us with that. That we never gave him his, a reply back. And today, let me tell you that if Akshay Shinde has shot at the police, he's been shot back and he's
even
dead.
You don't believe what you are saying.
No, I'm totally believing what I'm saying.
But even you don't believe what you are saying because you don't know. You are saying it's natural justice. So even you don't believe in what you are saying. You are saying it just for the sake of saying it. But you are also saying Badla Pura. Yashovardhan Azad, like a good spokesperson and like a good political person. Yashovardhan Azad, like a good spokesperson and like a good politician, Mr. Hegde, that is Krishna Hegde, not Santosh Hegde, has sidestepped the questions that the court has asked. Forget the questions that I'm asking. He's even sidestepped the questions that the court is asking. Are the court's questions logical? Because to any lay person, these are some questions that will be asked. Are bhai, do you think, I've never wielded a gun in my life. Does it mean that if you keep a gun in front of me, locked, I will somehow know how to unlock it and fire it? How was it possible? The court is asking these questions. The court is asking, there are 4 policemen inside the jeep where this accused is, and they don't manage to overpower him when he snatches the gun. But these are basic questions that the court is asking, and the Maharashtra police was not in a position to answer them in court.
Actually, Shreya, even before going into the operational details about unlocking that Glock or whichever pistol it was, the very issue that this fellow is being taken in handcuffs and going from Taloja jail to Badlapur court for a court hearing, and there are 4 people. There's a very important case. So obviously the security is a little tight. They'll be a little more alert. So it's logical to raise such questions. I mean, I totally agree. But, as you've already said, Shreya, earlier, that in an election year, what is more important is Badla Ho Gaya, what is more important is the vote. So, it's a kind of a flawed democracy with flawed social dynamics, and people are clapping. I mean, what can one say about it? It just shows one thing, that nobody believes in our criminal justice system. No one believes in it. They say, chat mangni pat bya, maro goli khatam karo. And the other problem is one thing. Same thing is happening in UP. Same questions are being raised even in Tamil Nadu. So across the states, if you see, the tough, the guys who are there are, bumped off or they are somehow being killed in encounters. And the Supreme Court guidelines are very, very clear. There are 16 set of guidelines which say that, there should be independent inquiry, magisterial inquiry, FIR should be lodged. But what I don't understand, Shreya, is that if this is not happening and the state governments are still not registering the FIR, why doesn't the court take suo motu cognizance and talk about non-compliance of its orders? After all, with the 4 pillars of criminal justice system, 1 pillar should work, and the court is the most independent. So time and again, if we feel this is happening, in this particular case, I want to add another thing, Shreya. It is sad that the incident happened in August, in mid-August or something. And, till now, what do you have to do in this investigation? Their children, their statement to the parents, some evidence, circumstantial mostly, put it up in the court. This goes on in the court. I don't know whether the challan has been, put up or it will never be put up. And things will go on. And this encounter thing is a problem which will stay till we do anything about it.
But, here's the point, Sajid Supariwala, and I'm going to ask this question to the other Mr. Hegdes as well. But for the moment, Sajid Supariwala, the fact is that no cop, no police service will have the guts to orchestrate a fake encounter without the blessings of its political masters. And the posters on your screens seem to suggest very clearly that the sanction was there, that the blessings was there, because they are almost taking credit for it.
Definitely what you're talking about and what you're saying definitely makes sense. And I was going to ask the same question which the court has asked in between. All the normal layman also knows that if a cop's gun is locked, how will a criminal just go and open the lock? I mean, it is a protocol to keep the gun locked. Even the court has asked the same question. How did the criminal, said accused, had the guts to unlock the rifle and just shoot at the policeman? First of all, let me come to one thing. One thing is clear. The state government of ours today believes in the Gundaraaj, which was there earlier. And the history, when there was a time when for the sake of the criminals, the dons, there was fake encounters happening. Now to save their skin, they are having these fake encounters or shootouts or killing for self-defense, whatever they might call it. The court will take its own course, the law will take its own course, they will find out the truth behind it. But as of now, I'm using this words 10,000 times. Whenever I come on the debate on the national challenge, the national debates, national television, that every time I have to say, what a shame, what a shame, what a shame. From the time the state government of this BJP and Minde regime has come up, we are only seeing the crime increasing in our state. Earlier in Maharashtra, you just compare the crime rate, you will definitely find a very vast and big difference in rapes, in killings, in accidents happening and people being let off because of influence of their influential fathers or mothers. It is such a bad state. They are not even willing to own it up, and on top of that, they are making banners and trying to themselves only, praise themselves. So it is a very sorry state of affairs, and they are comparing. If they would have taken a fast track in the court and they would have punished the culprit, the criminal wouldn't have the audacity to go and sit in the police vehicle.
Okay.
As per them also, if you see the statement that they killed in self-defense, how would he have
Sanjay
the
Hegde,
guts to
okay.
go and
Okay.
do this? And what about the trustees and the principals? 1 minute, what about the principals of the trustees of the institution? When Mr. Hegde is himself saying that this guy had so many cases, didn't they scan the guy before keeping them on a job? How could they be so irresponsible? It is such a shame. It is such a shame.
If encounters are how you are going to dispense justice in Maharashtra, Mr. Hegde, then बहुत encounter करने पड़ेंगे आपको, बहुत सारे, कुछ अपने लोगों के भी. I'll come to you in just a bit, but Sanjay Hegde, what do these posters that have cropped up all across Maharashtra and have appeared on the front pages of Maharashtra today, what does it tell you? To me, it's almost like they're declaring to the world that yes, we did it. We can't say it, but yes, we did it. And we did it because we wanted to give some kind of justice to these two little girls who were raped by this monster.
Well, there's a saying in criminal law that men may lie, but circumstances don't. And the very circumstance that you have got a full ad campaign saying Badla Pura and whatever Dharamveer tells me that you wanted a sacrificial scapegoat to start this campaign. I don't know whether the ad agencies had all this mapped out even before. But curiously, Shreya, what struck me today was that the Bombay police were singularly unfortunate in as much as they ran into a court or a judge who knew the difference between a pistol and a revolver. She had been a prosecutor herself. She comes from a family of lawyers with a distinguished history in criminal law as well. So she asked, was it a pistol or was it a revolver? She was told it was a pistol. She asked, was it a new pistol or was it an old pistol? She was told it was an old pistol. And so she knew exactly the kind of gun that was supposedly used by Shinde, the accused, as opposed to Shinde, the policeman. No, I find that also fascinating, that in a Shinde Sarkar, Shinde, the policeman, can shoot Shinde, the accused. And then everybody goes around saying Dharamveer. I think there is something wrong in all this messaging, but that's an aside. She therefore asked, how could Shinde, the accused, know that, how do you release the safety catch on a pistol? And there was no answer. Then she asked, there were 4 of you policemen inside. How is it that he managed to get off 3 shots from a pistol? It's not as if it's a revolver where if you press the trigger, it keeps going on. You have to press the trigger deliberately 3 times, and that means there's a considerable amount of time involved. So the story kept falling apart. Mr. Krishna Hegde might be very confident in the state's ability to spin a yarn, but I think they have come before the one bench on the Bombay High Court, which knows the difference between a pistol and a revolver and how the two things operate and what happens in the closed confines of a police van. The other thing is that policemen who take these oral orders saying, don't worry, we'll take care of you and your promotion is due. This is what can happen to you. This time it has happened very speedily. But in future, I hope that all courts act with the same alacrity. Mr. Akshay Shinde may be a despicable human being. But the reason that we have a system of the rule of law is not because he is a despicable human being, but we as human beings have to be absolutely sure before we render punishment. We do not surrender our judgment to brutish beasts, as Shakespeare would have said.
कृष्णा हेगड़े essentially फंस गए आप लोग आज कोर्ट में Will you
Shreya,
accept
this is
that?
the first hearing. We will give the report. The Mumbai police will give the report. Now tell me what you want the police to do. You want the police to be killed? You want Akshay Shinde to run away and rape more women and more
No.
children? Is that what you want? No, you don't want that. Now tell me what is wrong with
Okay.
AG's group.
Oops.
And if
I think
someone has
Krishna,
wanted to
Krishna,
call
Heg- hmm.
Eknath Shinde Dharamveer, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Regarding the poster Badla Pura, is there any BJP symbol there? Yes, there is a BJP symbol on the other poster with the Devendra Fadnavis ji, which says फर्क देखिए. फर्क क्या है कि महाविकास आघाड़ी के टाइम पर कार्यकाल में there were sadhus who were lynched. There were 100 crores taken from ladies bar every month. The home minister was in jail. There were explosives put below a industrialist house, and these people wanting to give us certificates now, and that is not possible. Now let me tell you that even
No, 1 minute.
with
Okay,
Akshay,
you told us.
with,
No,
with
no,
Akshay
रुकिए
Shinde,
Krishna Hegde. You
जी
told
बोलिए
us.
बोलिए.
You told us what the police did in the previous regime. Now, in the same poster, what does the police say about? What does the poster say about Bhajpa? Please read it out to us and tell our viewers.
No, I cannot see the poster here. What is there because I have not seen the poster. I will tell you very clearly. It is
Acha.
that in self-defense, the police has shot at Akshay
नहीं नहीं
Shinde.
आप पोस्टर
They could
आपके
not
स्क्रीन पे
definitely let him go.
and you have seen the poster enough to tell us what the
No, they
police
have
was
said
like under Uddhav Thackeray, but you have not seen the
स्पष्ट
poster
आहे.
enough to tell us what it is under. And then under Bhajpa, what does it say?
No, I am doing the show from the phone. If you read me and tell me, I will explain that also. There's no issue. So, so let me tell you that we
Sir, I
don't
can't
want a
read
certificate
Marathi,
from
no?
the Maha Vasuli Agadi. We don't want a certificate from the Maha Vasuli Agadi. We know exactly how their regime was and what they did and how they operated and how Mumbai and Maharashtra was in a standstill. And that is why 110 MLAs crossed over and came and joined Eknath Shinde and formed the government. Now,
Mr.
let me tell you
Hegde,
also this, that we don't want people like Akshay Shinde around who are going
it
to,
says,
and
Mr.
if
Hegde,
you say,
my
and if you say
PCR
there
team
is
is
a
from
messaging,
Mumbai, and they are telling me on the right side of our screens under BJP it says, police जनता का हिसाब करेगा. Essentially, that police will be working on behalf of the people. है ना?
what's wrong with
So
that?
I think the posters is very
The
clear.
police,
The
police
nothing. It's just
always
owning
works on
up to
behalf
the
of the
fact that
people,
this was
and the police is supposed to
a
work on
staged
behalf of the
encounter. This was
people.
a fake encounter.
No, who told you this is a fake encounter? If someone
Mr.
shoots at the
Hegde.
police should take the bullets and die. Police should become martyrs. Is he Ajmal Kasab? That we are going to, even Ajmal Kasab was given 8 years biryani by the previous government. We have not given this guy biryani here. If he has given us bullets, then the police has given
It's
him
called a
bullets back.
trial. Something
No, you may say,
that every
Shreya, as
accused
you,
in this
whatever.
country has a right to.
So he
क्या
should
करे
have faced the
Constitution
trial.
का क्या करे? मतलब
Why
Mr.
did he
Hegde,
shoot
I
at
don't
the police?
understand what is your
नहीं,
logic. क्या करे Constitution का? What do we do with these
देखिए,
courts?
No,
क्या करें इनका?
absolutely.
तोड़ दे
He was
इन
being
पे
taken.
बुलडोजर चला देते हैं. In
Shreya, he
Maharashtra,
was being taken.
just ensure if your government comes to power, just use all bulldozers at court. But you have a point, and I'm going to raise that point with Yashovardhan Azad. Yashovardhan Azad, एक मिनट सुनिए, आप ही के मतलब की बात कर रही हूँ. You have raised a point which a lot of people raised after the debate yesterday. Yashovardhan Azad, we had exactly the same debate yesterday, and yesterday many people came back and said, why are you questioning the Maharashtra police for By the way, no one believes this was an encounter in self-defense. Everyone believes this was a fake encounter. But Yashovardhan Azad, there is public support because many people after the debate yesterday came back to tell me what was the problem in the Maharashtra police shooting dead this criminal. The fact is that if he was not shot dead, trial is Tariq pe Tariq, Tariq pe Tariq. He will be let off by some benevolent judge on bail. He'll go on to rape 5 other children. Then you'll catch him again. You'll put him behind bars. Again trial, Tariq pe Tariq. Again he'll walk out on bail. Again he will rape 6 children. This is what has happened in this country. So because our criminal justice system in any case is going to fail us, let the police do what it thinks is fit.
Yes, that's right. I hope my internet is not very stable, so I hope you can hear me. I hope you can. Can you hear me?
We can, Mr. Azad, for the moment.
Yeah. So, the first thing is that the fake encounters are a problem everywhere in the world. It's not only in India. And one of the reasons, as you pointed out, is that our criminal justice system, nobody believes in. No one believes in it. Not even the cops, not even the other people. It's unfortunate because it's long, arduous, and in everything you will see that the police is blamed for wrong investigation. There is a limit to what investigation you can do. But the police is blamed for that. The delays keep on. Whether our prosecution is a third rate, it's not been reformed. And the worst thing, Shreya, is that there is no question of reforming the police because no state wants it. In every state, you will notice that the ruling party supports the police and the opposition is against the police. When the regime changes, the same opposition supports the police. Today, UP, there is the same questions are being raised. Tamil Nadu, the same questions, and Maharashtra, the same questions. And during the heydays of the mafia and the warlords and the Dauds in the middle 90s in Mumbai, they were smashed. And the allegation were fake encounters. The allegation in Punjab at the height of terrorism were again fake encounters. And they have been all the time persisting. What do we do about it? In this case, suppose it is proven that it's a fake encounter. Where do we go? The way is to shorten the process. But it's not happening. And we hear nothing from the courts as to how it will happen, or senior lawyers like Sanjay Hegde as to what is the solution. So keep on blaming the police, saying it's a fake encounter. Yes. What do we do about it? We can't do anything. The police cannot set the social system right. It can only do investigation, give it some kind of autonomy. Maybe they won't be interested in killing on behalf of the politicians, at least because on their own, they will have no such agenda. One of the most important things today is give the requisite autonomy to the police. Otherwise, these encounters will keep happening. And in every state, in every regime, is the same thing we are hearing again and again.
No, but it's not just that. It's not just a failure of India's criminal judicial system that leads to these encounters. It's also the fact, Sanjay Hegde, that this has public backing. The fact is, one thing I'll have to say about the Maharashtra police, they're terrible liars. Maneki, even one sequence of events they couldn't tailor to suit their agenda. So they're actually awful liars. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, could I have done a better job? Maybe if the three of us had gotten together, we could have done a better job. Ek minute. नहीं Mr. Hegde.
No, you can't call the police liars. Police is
but Sanjay Hegde, my point.
Which Hegde?
अच्छा ठीक है.
Which Hegde?
Sanjay Hegde. No, you Hegde. Sanjay Hegde. Last word to you, sir. 20 seconds. The fact is that Yashovardhan Azad is saying because our criminal justice system fails every time is why there is some degree of sanction and acceptance for fake encounters. But that's not the only thing. The fact also is that there is public backing for such encounters, especially when it comes to rapists, especially child rapists. And you can do nothing about it. You can sit here and argue about how a fake encounter actually shoots dead the constitution. Lekin people watching will say, "Aap bolte rahiye jo bolenge." We believe the police did the right thing.
Okay, so if you give the police a license to kill anyone whom they suspect, then tomorrow you and I are the next. It's as simple as that. Where Mr. Yashovardhan Azad gave you all those histories of what happened in Punjab, what happened in Maharashtra earlier. In Maharashtra earlier, when the police were given that license, what ultimately ended up happening was that one set of gangsters would tip off the police as to where the other set of gangsters was. And the police became licensed hitmen. That is what has happened. In Punjab, there was an encounter specialist called Avtar Singh. He killed so many people that when he finally migrated to the USA, he ended up shooting his own wife, child, and he committed suicide. There is nothing called a fake encounter. It is a genuine murder. Stop calling them fake encounters. Yes, an occasional encounter happens when the police come across an armed terrorist or an armed robber. But most of these are premeditated murder. They are not punished enough. And quite frankly, as you said, that the public supports it. But the public must know, like there was an incident in Delhi where an encounter specialist called Satyavir Singh Rathi killed a businessman. And then they were all set to pass it off as an encounter when the family they barged into a police press conference, and then the whole thing got blown up. Encounters which are not genuine end up killing real people. In the beginning, criminals might die, but then thereafter, the police force gets trigger happy. Do you want a police state with the police having license to kill? Or do you believe in the rule of law? And one last thing. Today is the time to pay tribute to Tukaram Umbade. Tukaram Umbade was the police cop who caught Ajmal Kasab, even at the cost of having a bullet. And when his mates were about to shoot Kasab, he said, no, we need him. And it was because Kasab survived that we were able to put him on trial, tell the whole world what had been perpetrated against us. The rule of law has a great demonstrative effect of bringing justice. It may be slow, but justice is done, and that's the only civilized way to do it.
Okay, we leave it there. This is something for our viewers to ponder upon. We had promised them all points of view. I hope we have given them all points of view. Sanjay Hegde, thank you very much. Yashovardhan Azad, thank you very much. Sajid Supariwala, thank you. And Krishna Hegde, thank you very much for joining us as well.